Yeah, what's up, Hoots and Pots? The day has come. Yes. Yes. I'm finally 30 years old, Cooder. I've been waiting for that 30 years. Yep. Hello, Jim. Thank you, Hoots and Pots. So yeah, this is legit my birthday today, so now everyone knows. So the next time you wanna, to congratulate me, you know when to do that. Hi, good Duke, hello, welcome to the stream. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do today. Well, probably we're gonna do something. Thank you, good Duke, thank you, Jeff. Yes. Start singing Happy Birthday song. We need like a lo-fi version of Happy Birthday song. Jesus Christ. My English is getting worse and worse. So here's an interesting thing that I noticed that I wanted to fix for quite some time, actually. Yeah, because I confuse S and TH. Zhiyang, hello Zhiyang, welcome. Thank you so much. So here's one thing that I noticed. Suwon only works. C3301 subscribed at tier 1. Thank you so much for 10 months of a tier 1 subscription, and welcome to our epic birthday club. That sounds wrong, but yeah, so yeah, it's thank you so much. So Suwon only works when you have these file digits in the same folder. Thank you so much, C3301. So it only works in the same folder, but if you move to a different folder, right, it doesn't work because it cannot find it. Anton Anon subscribed to tier 1 for 2 months. Thank you so much. Thank you, and welcome to our birthday club. Do we wear birthday suits in the birthday club? No, you just need to wear like birthday t-shirt or something. Because the M since okay, thank you so much. So 30 years old club, yes. Yeah. Thank you, Amana Soima. Thank you. I think he doesn't know what a birthday suit is. I forgot what is a birthday suit. I forgot. I remember. Birthday suit. I think, yeah, I remember somebody explained me, but I forgot forgot about that. C3301 is gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much. Alon the King Z, Academic, Glow Singer, Slinger, Slipner, Examiner's Boy, and welcome to our 30 years old club. Yeah, I remember when I was at school, one of my classmates wrote a ridiculous core version of Happy Birthday for his girlfriend. That was so funny to practice. Thank you, Cintus. Thank you everyone. I really appreciate all the happy birthdays. So this is the problem that we can solve just super quick, right? So basically I don't want this executable to be dependent on that file. Yeah, okay, and I was thinking how I'm gonna do that. So the idea is to actually bake that file into the executable. Thank you, Yoda Droid. Yeah, just include digit. This is basically what I want to do, right? Thank you, Dexter Lex 98. Thank you, Gettison. Thank you. So, but essentially, I want to have like a meta program that uses SCB to load that file and turn into a C code that then I can include in the source code. XXD is not going to work because if I do XXD on that file, it will include PNG metadata, right? But it would be way easier for me to not include that. And what's fun is that at runtime we can get rid of the STB dependency as well. So yeah. So this is something that we can do. I think it's going to be super beneficial because you're going to have like a self-contained file that just contains the sprite sheet. So yeah, and I think it would be actually pretty good to do as a birthday exercise. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but yeah. Use ppm instead. I don't know if it matters. I'm just gonna bake it, so ppm. Yeah, the format doesn't really matter because there will be no format, I think. So let's start Emacs and let's try to do that. Oh, Masonyan.
Happy birthday.
That TTS was funny. Thank you. Thank you so much for $10 and thank you for happy birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you want to redraw something, well, I mean, the baking is gonna happen at compile time, so the file is still gonna be in the source code. Shikana, thank you so much. I wish you less rage in your life. Thank you. That's exactly what I need. That's exactly what I need. I've been having too much rage. Probably because of the specific of my work, but it is what it is. No, I do not consider that Kitchen. Thank you so much. I'm happy with the lo-fi. So yeah, essentially the PNG file is still gonna be there, and we're gonna convert that file to C code at compile time. It was step. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. I'm finally a big boy. Feels boomer, man. Exactly. I'm finally boomer. Okay, so we need a special tool. How are we gonna call that tool? Hello, Limbakota. Feels birthday indeed. So maybe we're gonna call it like PNG to C. Sounds like a pretty good name. PNG to C. PNG to C.C. Yes, PNG to C.C. And let's include stdio and maybe stdlib as well. To see when did they release a new version. I don't know, today on my birthday. It was a birthday gift from the CISO committee and Pusha. Yeah, that was pretty epic of them. That was very poggers of them, how Zoomers say. Oh, that was one siege. Oh my god, I couldn't understand it. I'm so dumb. Because my brain does not consider like one as the version of the language. It considers it as a part of the name. So for me as a Russian, that would never come to my head to, okay, Jesus Christ. Maybe I'm just dumb. 30, that's quite young. Maybe, it's relative actually. To tell that to, I don't know, Nuffly. Thank you, who fucking tonight. Thank you so much. Nuffly is a year old. Exactly, like, Nuffly is the youngest boomer I've ever seen in my entire life. Jesus Christ. Like, when I talk to Nuffly, I feel like a zoomer. Seriously. I'm 40. Oh, alright. So that means you're not allowed in the 30s club. I'm joking, everyone's allowed. I had my 3.0 2 days ago. We have actually a lot of people who are 30 and over 30. I'm actually quite surprised because I thought I'm surrounded by students. Apparently, yeah, we have a lot of like grown-up people here. Kevin's...
Happy birthday.
I really like this TTS. Kevin's Yourberg. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you so much for $25. Thank you. I'm not 30 years old. I mean, you have to be happy that you're not 30 years old yet. So... Today's birthday? Yes, today is my birthday. I'm finally a big boy. 30 years old. 30 years old. So... to be fair, like... if I look back at how I started programming, it was quite a journey if you think about it. It was quite a journey. We can take a look at that. On a GitHub. Actually, majority of my journey was documented on the GitHub. Majority, not everything, but most of it. Because I started to program when I was 16 actually, and I haven't stopped programming since then. So yeah, I think so. And I joined GitHub. Oh, this GitHub thingy is actually horrible. Can I actually zoom out? Yeah, there we go. So I joined GitHub in 2009. So GitHub was officially created on 2008. 29th anniversary of user collapse. Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, Russian Federation is pretty young country, right? It's even younger than USSR. USSR was like 70 years, I think. And USSR is even younger than Russian Empire. Russian Empire like several hundred of years. So, yeah. So the Russian Empire is the country that was before Soviet Union. So yeah. Yeah, I actually... Oh my god. Daniel42.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for happy birthday and $5. Thank you so much. Yeah, I started the program when I was 16 and I joined GitHub in 2009, and I think I wasn't posting anything for quite some time. So 2010, absolutely blank. 2011, okay, so I started to post something. So I haven't posted anything for 2 years. I just joined it because there was a hype around this thing. Like, you have to be on GitHub if you're an Epic software developer. So I joined because I consider myself an Epic software developer. First repo in C++, yes, exactly. And it was a visualization of the greatest common measure algorithm for 2 segments. Yeah. So it's like greatest common divisor, but geometrical interpretation of it. And yeah, it was written in C++. It uses SDL for initialization and OpenGL for visualization. So what's funny is that it uses OpenGL 1.0, right? I didn't use anything like OpenGL 2.0 and higher because OpenGL 1.0 is super simple. I wonder if this chat still works. Let's actually find out. So, and that was 9 fucking years ago. That was, oh my god. It's been using SDL for 10. Exactly, Jesus Christ. I cannot believe that. For how long I've been doing this shit. Just think about it. For how long? It's unbelievable. Everybody knows Epic programmers use Google Drive with named versions. Yeah, sure. Oh shit, I've been using CMake. Nine fucking years ago I've been using CMake. How about that? Alright. 9 years ago. Jesus Christ. Okay. So version 2.8. What's the like a recent version? 3.17. That's how old that shit is. Yeah, I was using it before it was cool and stuff. So yeah, it finds package SDL, find package OpenGL, then creates executable. It's actually pretty straightforward CMake. So let's actually try to build that. All right. Okay. Found both as a legacy OpenGL. So I think it didn't fail. I would consider that a success. I think it didn't fail. So let's try to build that. Okay, it's building things, and it still compiles, and it still works. Would you look at that? 9 years. Still fucking works. How about that? Thank you, Pinko. Thank you. Thank you, Kechov. Thank you, everyone who said happy birthday to me. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, 9 years ago. Still fucking works. Thank you so very sour. Thank you. Yeah, and oh my god, that was so long. Jesus Christ. Jabubab. Thank you.
Happy birthday, De.
Thank you. Thank you so much for 100 bits. Yeah, and last updated 4 years ago, I was removing trailing white spaces for some reason. Like 4 years ago, I decided I gotta remove those trailing white spaces. Yeah. Thank you, Icarus Matt. Thank you. Thank you, Wizard. Wizard. I hope I pronounced your nickname correctly. So yeah. Did I do anything else here? Does it show everything? I'm not quite sure if it shows everything. think I need to click on these things. Credit their first repository. MD5. Why does... It's in Haskell. Speaking of for how long I've been programming in Haskell, okay? Alright, so when was the... 2011, okay. So, and that was... I think I've already been programming in Haskell for quite some time when I wrote this thing. 9 years ago, and it still works, basically CPP. That's why some people hate more in depth. Yeah. So I already talked about that, because you basically, I already showed that if you program in Elm, right, in a year or two, whatever you wrote in Elm, it's not going to compile anymore. It's not going to work. Like, it's just, you can throw it away straight up. Ready, so go for 10 years. Yes. I keep making the same joke like over and over again. So yeah, it's kind of funny. People were contributing to this thing, but essentially it's an implementation of MD5 purely in Haskell. My implementation of MD5 as an exercise for... Oh yeah, I remember I was in the university and we had a cryptography course, and one of the labs was to implement a hash function, any hash function. You could implement even your own. You could invent your own hash function and just show to the teacher. I decided to implement MD5 to the spec. I opened up RFC and I implemented it to the spec in Haskell, and I demonstrated that it works and stuff like that. That was actually pretty cool. So yeah, here it is. Here's implementation. Yep, that's the thing I did. So, and apparently that was my first repo ever on GitHub. Imagine implementer wrote 26. Yes, that's the best hash function. Yeah, it's essentially identity function. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So what else did I do? So in programming language, well, I'm already developing it's like my small programming language. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for pouring hot tea on your face. Thank you so much. My code looks better than majority of GitHub. Well, I guess I was a better developer 9 years ago. I don't know. So what else do we have? I think that's it. There were some updates. GSM visualization. And that's pretty much everything I did in 2011, I think. In 2012, I started to post more. Yes, and I was participating in ICFPC. So this is basically like a functional programming contest with some of my friends back then, 2011. That was actually pretty cool. So do we have anything else? I was still working on GSM. Hyperspace. Oh, it's a game in Clojure. I was programming in Clojure in 2012. Yes. By the way. I was programming in Clojure. People asking me if I ever tried Clojure. 2012. I was programming in Clojure already. So I've tried a lot of shit. We're the same age and I just started coding 2 years ago. I feel jealous of your brother. Happy 30. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So I think I consider myself like a quite lucky person, because I found my passion, and coincidentally that passion became actually needed on the market. So yeah, I could have been actually less lucky with that. Right, I could have had some passion about something and that wouldn't be needed on the market, and I would be poor, living in a babushka apartment in the middle of Siberian forest. Anyways, thank you system 1100. Thank you. Anyways, but yeah, I would also suggest you not to be jealous of other people. Right, and I would really recommend to not compare yourself with other people, because you cannot compare yourself with other people, as I always say, because other people were born in different places, under different circumstances, they were raised differently, they have different abilities. So you cannot compare yourself with those people. The only person you can compare you with is yourself, right? I was say that compare yourself with yourself in the past. Are you today a better person than you were in the past? For example, if I was born where you were born under the same circumstances, maybe I wouldn't ever code at all. I don't know. But you managed to start coding 2 years ago. Maybe I wouldn't be able under your circumstances to do that. Who knows? So don't compare yourself with other people. Don't be jealous of other people because they are the people. That's the point. Compare yourself only with yourself. So, thank you, Copper Casey. Thank you, everyone who said happy birthday. Thank you. If you're the only one who's living in the babushka apartment, that means you're the babushka. Yes, I am the babushka. I'm 40, it gets worse every day. Thanks. I really appreciate that. That's exactly what I need right now. And you compare your inner with outer appearance of others. It is biased. Yeah. Alright. You're welcome, the dumb engineer. I don't compare myself every time, that's why I do nothing but always want to be coder, programmer, or 2D, 3D artist, etc. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, so yeah, people ask me whether I tried Clojure. Yes, I tried it 8 years ago. So what do we have? What else do we have? Yeah, I've been actually developing for quite some time. I think Clojure like recently came out at the time, and everyone like in the programming underground was super hyped about it. It's like, oh my god, the new language! And it's Lisp! And it's fucking Lisp. It was in 2017, but yeah, it was actually quite recent. Copper Casey, thank you.
DNC.
Thank you so much for 100 bits. Thank you. Just like Rust now, yeah, it was as hyped as Rust back in the days, and me and the boys were programming in it, trying it out and stuff, just to get the gist of it. Oh shit, what is going on? Oh, Hammercopier, thank you. It won't read it because it starts TTS from $5, but I'm gonna read it myself after my Streamlabs loads up. Hopefully it will load up because Streamlabs is horrible. Clojure, Archiless has a few words to say about it, but trust me, 8 years ago it was worse. Congratulations on incrementing major version and thanks for the wholesome streams. You're welcome. Thank you for $1. Thank you. It's like Rust used to be like before 2018 it was worse. It's the same with Clojure. To be fair, I haven't tried Clojure for quite some time, so I have no idea. So yeah, it's so weird looking into the past. I've been developing this thing occasionally because it was like my first main project, and I was like working on it with other people. It was so cool. I felt like a part of something, you know, big, part of a team, part of an open source team, or something. There's some other thing that I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's actually a failed project. Okay, so I wasn't posting on 2012 too much, but what about 2013? Now where I started to post some shit. I actually started my own like website that died out and some other stuff. What else I was working? I was working on some private repositories. I don't remember that. But yeah. Okay, 2014. And this is... Oh shit. 2014. I remember streaming this project. So that means I started to stream, like generally, in 2014. I actually started to stream 6 years ago? Oh shit. Yeah, apparently, yeah, I think in 2014 I started to stream. Because I clearly remember how I was streaming this specific project. Veteran streamer, yeah, I mean, I think we need to wait until 10 years. And after that we'll see. And this is where I created org clip link. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I created it at the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year. I think this is around the time I actually moved to Novosibirsk. Yeah, up until that time I was living in a completely different city. Literally 30 years before, yeah. Exactly. I'm finally a boomer. Did you still have the first one? Yes, I do have it. Unfortunately, it was in Russian. It is in Russian. I can maybe it's privated in my personal YouTube channel. I can make it public, but I'm not sure if anyone would understand it. And you know what I was developing there? You know what I was developing there? I was developing a PacMax, I think. I think I was developing PacMax. PacMax. It's basically the Pacman in Emacs. The thing that I actually... Oh my god. It's pacmax.l. I cannot type because I'm too old, because I'm literally a boomer. You go to Moscow sometimes? No, I've never been to Moscow, I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is what I started to stream. I think this was my first stream ever. I developed this thing in Emacs. God damn, like I used to make such epic things. I don't think I'm creating such epic things anymore. Like I think the things that I create today are kind of like boring, at least feel boring. I don't know, compared to what I used to do, maybe. It looks epic, yeah, exactly. Anyway. Gnome, yeah, I was using Gnome at the time. So, speaking of this was supposed to be like a music game, and it's using a CMake SFML, and this thing apparently like an XML parsing library. Okay, that's really weird, but whatever. So we can take a look at it. We can see if it still works. Let's actually try to build it. Let's try to build it. So git clone bitwave. So yeah, it's supposed to be a music game. I still haven't implemented it. Thank you, hello, Markodev. It is the same PC that she still uses now. I think yes. Yes, I think everything I developed starting from 2014 when I moved to Novosibirsk was developed on this PC, and the other one I actually have two laptops. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like a blast wave, to be fair. Jesus Christ, nothing changed. It's so interesting and so sad at the same time. I'll take the Trans-Siberian Express sometime and stop by. Alright. That's kind of scary. Like, anyway. So, I think I cloned everything. I installed a cell. Why did I install a cell? Do you guys know what that is? Do you guys know what it is? There is like a such utility as SL. So there is ls, and this is a joke. Essentially, if you mistype SL, it will start the train and you won't be able to Control-C it or nothing. You will have to wait until it goes to the end of the screen. It's because of me. I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? I'm not sure. Don't be sorry. Everything's okay. So yeah, I forgot that I installed this shit. What if well, it will not stop until it goes to the end. I asked to install a cell. Ah, okay, I forgot. I already switched the context. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's actually try to build this thing and see if it still works. As far as I can remember, it even has sounds and shit. So let's try to configure. I'm not sure if I have SFML. I do not have SFML. Okay, let's search for SFML. Let's search for SFML. Maybe lib SFML dev. Do we have something like that? Yeah, we do. Alright. Do you have the fuck installed? It's pretty good. No, but I know what that is. Oh, god damn it. I forgot my password, apparently. Oh shit, and it wants to install shit ton of Python. Very well then, I mean, it's my birthday today, so I'll just install Python. Did he switch into Debian? Well, of course, like, I'm 30 years old boomer, and guess what is the perfect distro for a 30 years old boomer? Debian stale, obviously. Fucking boomer distro. So... Well, I mean, Slackware is even more boomer, yeah, I agree with that. I used to use Slackware, by the way. I actually unironically used to use Slackware. It was fun. And what's funny is that hello, the gorilla. Yeah, feels birthday indeed. What's funny is that I'm using Debian, but I use it as Slackware because quite often I need a new versions of software, and I build them from scratch manually, just like you would do in an old Slackware. I remember that these days in Slackware they introduce a package manager, so you can just use their package manager or something, but that's not authentic Slackware experience. In Slackware you're supposed to build everything yourself fucking manually. Thank you, Scarface, thank you. Just to actually remove all the pain of having old packages. I mean, it adds its own pain. I used Arch for quite some time. Yeah, exactly. It gives new pain. LFC. I was considering doing LFC, but I think I'm too old for LFC. I looked into it and I was thinking, nah, I have better things to do with my life. I'm sorry. At some point, you sort of grow out of that phase of playing with distros and you just want to program. Like I just grew out of that phase. It's not interesting for me to jump between the distros anymore. I just want to program. I mean, LFS, I keep confusing S and C because I'm a Russian Cooder. Alright, so let's try to reconfigure that one more time. Let's try to... okay, so I also need to install Png XML. I have no idea what the fuck is Png XML, and I don't know why the fuck I was using that. But apparently I was using that. Okay, and I do have that, which is nice. Png XML, Png XML indeed. Png XML indeed. Alright. Bitwave doesn't compile on FreeBSD. Well, I'm sorry about that. I didn't really consider FreeBSD as a platform when I was developing this thing. When computers stop being fun and starts being a tool, that's a grow up move. I guess so. To be fair, Arch had a period a few years ago where things broke quite often. That has not happened in a long time and it's very stable. I think I heard that somewhere when I was programming in Rust. Anyways, so I think everything is configured and let's try to build that and see how it works. So, okay, so apparently I separated logic into a separate library and I'm gonna have like several executables. Look how slow it compiles. Separate compilation and shit. God damn it. And it doesn't link properly. Does it fail with the same reason for you? Is that because, yeah, maybe the XML library version is actually completely different today. Maybe it's too new. Oh, I see. Well, apparently C++ is not as stable as everyone thought, but it feels like, for me at least, the version of this library is actually too new, considering that I'm on Debian stale, but that's a very old code base. That's a very old code base. So, anyways, so let's actually continue and maybe take a look at something else. Nothing particularly interesting. So in 2015 I started to develop other things. Yeah. Oh my god, 5 plus 8. Thank you for 1000 bits. Thank you. Thank you so much. Time to install Jesse. Yeah, probably. Okay, I've been developing a lot of shit, that's for sure. It's actually too much effort to go through all of that. I don't even remember like half of it. And I usually post like everything that I developed. And my commit history is insane and I don't even try to maintain it that way. What can you do with bits? Essentially they get converted into cents for me, as far as I know. But for the viewers they cost a little bit more than cents because Twitch needs to make money off of them. I think I'm not to brag or anything, but I think I'm in top 3 like committers in Russia. Top commits GitHub. Okay, what about Russia? Yeah, I'm third one, unfortunately. Yeah, god damn it. I'm third one. But it is what it is. And again, I don't do that intentionally. I'm just doing my thing, and apparently that generates a lot of commits for some reason. But yeah. It is what it is. All right. So yeah, that was a pretty cool journey, I think. Starting from 2006 up until today. And I think like a lot of other interesting stuff awaits me ahead. Right. So because I know that I say to not compare yourself to other people, but Lindra Braga,
Happy birthday.
thank you so much for happy birthday, and thank you for 300 bits. For example, as far as I know, like John Blow right now is 48, so that means he had 18 more years of programming. So if I'm at that state right now, at what state I'm gonna be in 18 years when I will be as old as John Blow, for example, and what I will be creating? That's actually interesting to think about.
Imagine giving money to Twitch.
Yeah, imagine that. Thank you so much, Jean, for $69. Very nice. Thank you. So yeah, that would be cool. So I don't plan to stop programming, even though sometimes it's getting really frustrating and disappointing considering where the whole industry is moving. But I'm not losing hope. I'm hoping that we're not gonna lose this industry, and programming eventually will become fun again. I do believe in that, because we have quite a few people working on making programming fun again. So yeah. Where is the industry going? It's going to shit. Anonymous Gifter is gifting 1 tier sub to Tsodding community. Thank you so much for gifting a sub. And Night MT, welcome to our 30 years old club. That's right. All right. Okay. You said programming in 2006? Yes, I did start programming in 2006, roughly. I'm not sure about like exactly, but yeah. Oh yeah, commit.top has some threshold for followers. I think it's to protect themselves from the spam, because it's quite easy to generate commits on GitHub. So they need to have some sort of a moderation there. Oh, you actually managed to compile that. All right. How does it work? Yeah, essentially, the idea of that thing was that you have to move along this tunnel, but the circle moves at a fixed length. It moves at a fixed length. So for you to actually squeeze through this tunnel, you have to play in a particular rhythm. But you don't know the rhythm, you have to actually figure it out. And once you figure it out, you start playing it, you can actually beat the level. So that was the idea. I never actually managed to implement it because I didn't really have much experience. So yeah. I feel the amount of money that cloud engineer, etc. get is extremely disproportional to what software engineers and the engine room is getting paid. I don't know what you think, Tsodding. I'm trying not to think about that. I started in the 90s with DOS and Turbo Pascal. Oh my god, yes. I didn't start in DOS, but I did start in Turbo Pascal, because a lot of like schools in Russia still use Turbo Pascal for teaching programming to this day as well. Even though they're on Windows and stuff like that, they still use Turbo Pascal. You know that, you're from Russia, right? So yeah, probably. Have you seen Java 2K Fantastic Language? No, I haven't seen it. Let me take a look. Is a new programming language whose feature... I'm not that interested in new programming languages, I'm sorry. But thank you for suggesting it. Alright, so what we wanted to do, we wanted to actually turn PNG file into a C code. That was our goal. So we have a PNG file, right? So here is the PNG file, and I just wanted to turn it into the C code, basically into an array of bytes. It's a joke post. Oh, okay, so I mean... very well then. So we're gonna accept the arguments. So, you know, I'm gonna actually use my regular paradigm of shifting. So I'm gonna accept all of these arguments, right, but I'm gonna accept them by the pointer. And what shift essentially does, it just shifts the argument and I suppose returns you one of them, like this, yeah. I studied with stupid begin end language as well. I hated Pascal on uni as it was too stupefied, just like basic. Probably. I guess. I actually started to program in Pascal by myself first, so I didn't develop any bad association with that language, as a lot of people did when they were taught that language in school. So, students became old Kekl. Yes, exactly. Hello, CPP Power Programming. Welcome to the stream. My university used to teach Scheme as the first language for students. That sounds interesting. So never like them, forgot them to continue to C with C and ++. Alright. So let's implement that shift. Essentially, I expect args, I'm gonna even assert that, args to be greater than 0, otherwise we won't be able to shift or anything. And to do that, we'll need to have some sort of an assert thingy here. So after that, what's gonna be the result? The result is gonna be like this. It's gonna be our GV. I think just 0, right? This is the result. After that, I decrement the amount of arguments and I increment the pointer, and then I can return the result, right? So that's the idea essentially. And that thing will help us to easily parse the command line arguments, right? So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna skip the program name. Right. Skip program name. Why not char star star? Because I'm programming in pure C, it doesn't have references. It doesn't have references. If RGC, so if after the separation the amount of arguments is equals 0, maybe we can do something like so equals 0, because it's an integer, it's not unsigned int, right? So better be like, you know, extra cautious and stuff. We can throw some sort of an error, right, saying that, oh, programmer, you did a fucky wacky. So error, expected file path, right, and we can also print f the usage. Usage png to C, input file path png, like this. And all of that has to be a new line, and after that we have to exit with 1. There we go. So, but if that didn't fail, we have a file path, and we're gonna do shift or GC or GV. There we go. Cool. I think the bot is dead, but wait a second. Show CMD project. I see. Basically, bot removed these dots because dots are used as a command symbols, and we have a command escaping for that. So essentially, it removes any. Okay, all right. Okay, let's actually update it properly. Celebrating my boomer birthday and writing some C code. There we go. There we go. So that works. That seems to be working. That's exactly what we're doing. We're celebrating my boomer birthday and writing some code. Without further interruption, let's celebrate and write some code. Not everyone understood that reference, but hopefully some people did. All right. So, and what we're gonna do here? He was supposed to understand that reference. Okay, I'm really glad to hear that. So we also need to include implementation, STB image implementation. So how do you load an image? Right. So I think it's something like load PNG. I don't remember how to do that. Load. Okay, load. Nice. STBI load. This is how we do that. Loads. Yeah. So this is the data. Yeah, I'm finally a boomer. I'm finally a boomer. I'm so happy, by the way, that I'm a boomer. Boomer! Oh man. Okay. So we're gonna have X, Y, and N. And also have a 0, but I don't remember what's the last argument 0 in this goddamn library. It's actually a pretty good library, don't get me wrong. I really like it. So, desired channels. Okay, so when we desire to have like 4 channels. It's like 4 channels. After that, I think, since I said that I want 4 channels, I'll have a pointer of uint32. Right. And to have that, I'll have to include stdint.h. Oh no, you are the hacker known as 4chan. Yes, the famous hacker. Alright. So I suppose if it fails, it will return null. So let's check. If data equal null, we'll have to do fprintf std error could not load file like this, right? And we're gonna put the file path here and exit with 1. There we go. So after we loaded everything up, I think the time has come to generate some code. We'll have to iterate through all of these uint32s and yeah, print an array. So how are we going to print an array? So it's going to be uint32t, and we're going to have some array name, I suppose. It's going to be some sort of array name. So let's put it like that. We don't know what it is. So const char const array name. And it's gonna be PNG. Let's call it PNG, and this is how it's gonna be. I'm gonna code. Everyone's gonna code. Don't worry about it. All right. So, and this is where we start generating code. So after that, we are iterating through all these things. 0 less x multiplied by y. Any Cooders in the chat? Yes. 30 years old Cooders only. So, and what we're doing, we just do printf 0. I think it's just like x. Yeah, you just print an x and you're providing the data I. All right. So, and I think we also have to put like this thing here. And yep, there we go. And that should be it. So this is pretty much everything we need here. I wish the array name was derived from the file name, but that will require actually parsing this file name, and I don't really want to go into that, unfortunately. We also can generate inclusion guards, just in case. But maybe I'm not going to do that. Let's actually just, you know, try to compile that and see if it works. So it should be as simple as that. So that thing just loads a PNG file, and generates a C code out of that. So fit code, yeah. So png to c, dot c. There we go. So we have to do cc. Then we're gonna have C flags, and that's essentially what we are generating. That's essentially what we're generating, and this is going to be the input, and this is going to be the flags, the libs, but I'm not quite sure, because libs also include like everything. We don't need everything. Let's call something like common C flags. So I want to have the same shit here, and this one is going to be common C flags. I'm going to have any libs, common C flags. Flags. Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you, Cozy White Bear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, cool. And I think I'm gonna just try to compile all of that. I'm gonna just try to compile all of that. I need to try to compile PNG to C. And it doesn't compile, would you look at that? Nice, I forgot a semicolon. Classic. I'm doing that for almost 15 years, I think, and I still miss that. Still miss that. Cast Wingardium Leviosa. Why? Why do I have to do that? Excuse me. Alright, so initialization aka from incompatible type. Oh, okay, so we'll have to cast it. We'll have to cast it. I can only cast types. Yeah, I can cast types if you want. So comparison of integer expression sinus. Alright, can you just turn that into size t? And cool. So that also means that we need minus lm. Maybe we can extract that to common libs as well. So does anybody know what exactly we're doing right now? Because I feel like maybe people don't know. Maybe some people miss the context. Crazy Battener 123, thank you so much for the happy birthday. Duke knows because he was watching since the beginning. But so we have a pretty interesting piece of software that I use almost every day. It's called Suwoon, right? It's a timer that shows, usually, you have to like provide like 10 minutes here, and it says 10 seconds, but if I do minus p, something got broken here, and I'm not sure what exactly, but anyway, essentially, yeah, I don't know, I didn't really touch anything there, but it's already broken, but whatever. So yeah, it's this timer, and unfortunately it depends on the file digits.png, that file. So if you try to call this thing outside of the folder where the file is located, it will fail with could not load that file as PNG. So which makes it not relocatable. So what I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to bake that PNG image into that executable so you can run it everywhere. So I'm doing that as just whatever, just to celebrate my birthday. Yes, I have a very pathetic life, so I know. So add Suwoon to path. Yes, I will. I will actually copy paste after that Suwoon to user local bin, basically where I also keep Boomer. Right, I have a Boomer. It's located there, and once Suwoon is going to be self-contained, we'll be able to put it to the path as well. Baking PNG cake. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm baking the PNG cake. Best cake of all time. Best cake. Will we be doing Advent of God 2020? I'm actually thinking about it. XXD digits. But here's the thing. Doing that will also include PNG metadata into the array. So that means I will still have to parse PNG. But here's the thing. We'll not necessarily have to parse PNG. Why not just pre-parse it at build step and bake already parsed PNG? So the executable will turn out bigger because PNG also compresses the data, but then you can get rid of the runtime dependencies and stuff like that. Yes, today is my birthday, and both. I finally became 30 years old Cooder. Yes, the time has come. I am finally 30 years old Cooder. I'm very old, I'm very tired. Congrats, old man, thank you. But at least 40 years old people say that I'm young. So that's something. That's something. I'm 20 in a month and a week. Pfft, Zoomer. Anyway, so yeah. Updated to 14. Nah, not gonna do it. Alright. So, hello Nitrix Life. Hello. Lars greatness is 43. Yeah, I see. I was actually quite surprised how many, like over like 30 people we have in the chat. Like I thought that like I legit surrounded by students, but apparently not. So there's a lot of like older people here, which is quite cool. And another 32, I see. That's pretty cool. Finally, 30 years old club. Boomers club. Old but actually yellow. Yeah, so I'm in a yellow t-shirt. Oh, another 45 and another 31. Nice. That's pretty cool. Oh shit. Lexical scope.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much for $20 and welcome to our 30 years old club. Why do my pings to you not get highlighted? I don't know, to be fair. Oh, maybe I actually ignored your highlights. Yeah, I think I ignored your highlights. Let me actually bring them back. Now they're gonna be highlighted. Ignored. Imagine being ignored in 2020. Alright, so it should work now. But since it's my birthday, you're not ignored anymore. How about that? Remember when I had a... I can give you VIP back if you want to. There we go. So here's your VIP. Alright, so now... Not now, but a little bit later. We have a program that converts PNG to C. We implemented it. So if we try to run it, it says you didn't provide the file, but if I try to provide the file, it will shed out this thing to the standard output. So, and what we're supposed to do is to redirect to a header file, like that. And then if you open that header file, I didn't open the header file, unfortunately. So it should, oh, it's a single line and, okay, so Vim is actually dying trying to open that, but this is basically what it is, right? So it created you this array that you can then use to create a texture, for example, right? You can then use it to create a texture. So, and what's the size of that file actually? It's actually quite big. It's 3.8 megabytes. But I mean, it's the source code when you... Oh yeah, prefix. Thank you so much, Kostik. Yeah, I forgot about prefix. Prefix is quite important. So, forgot about that. Wait, where is something? I think we're gonna do something after I'm done celebrating my boomer birthday. Semicolon. Yeah, semicolon also is very important. Are you going to buy a birthday cake or anything special? I don't eat sugar, so probably no. I didn't buy anything special. Why not use D? We could use D, but hex is cooler. How can you call yourself an epic hacker if you use fucking pleb decimal? Come on. This is too normie. We have to use hexadecimal. Seriously, like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, god damn it. No specialty? What do you mean by specialty? Specialty. I have a loon here. Oolong. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, and that's the only tea I have here. Is it special enough? Oolong max tea. No, I don't know. I don't really want tea right now, so... Lung tea. Special lung tea. For corona treatment. So, okay. I think that's it. So, we also want to have like inclusion guards and shit. Is it Ulun? Yeah, it's Ulun in Russian. But in English they call it Oolong. But I think like pronounced it pretty much really close to Ulun. Yeah. So let's include that. So it's going to be printf if not defined png.h or something. It will depend on the file. Right, it will depend on the file. So, and this has to be a new line. So we'll have to define this thing. And then we'll have to end the definition somewhere here. And if, like this. There we go. So let's see. Too many arguments for the format. Yep, cock. Yep, cock. Okay. So let's include the process of generation into the build step. So essentially, we're going to be generating digits.h, and generating digit.h depends on png to c, right? And how do you generate it? You do png to c on digits.png, which means that digits.h also depends on digits.png, and you redirect the output to digits.h. So this is basically another build step. And then we're going to say that Suwon depends on digits.h. So what that will do, it will try to build Suwon. It will see that Suwon depends on digits.h. Then it will see that digits.h depend on png to c. And then it will build png to c and build this thing and so on and so forth. So it resolves the dependencies as Make usually does, right? So it builds the dependency graph and does the topological sort on them and resolves everything. Thank you, Yatka. Thank you. Thanks for celebrating that. You're welcome. If you bake in multiple images, they if def will collide. Yeah, it will. But that's not the concern right now. So let's actually acknowledge that problem. Okay, so let's do something like that. Inclusion guards and array and the array name are not customizable. So this is going to be a separate issue. You just made a hot chocolate. Nice. All right, and now we'll have to straight up use this thing, I suppose. So we do stbi load, right? We load the pixels, and I think now we don't even need to load them. Yeah. Another argument should be pretty easy. Yeah, feel free to implement it. Let's do the following thing. We can remove stb image, and instead of this thing, we're gonna include digits.h, the one that we just generated. Should be a new line every n bytes. We can do that, but it's not the priority right now. So now, load png file as surface. This still includes quite a bit of steps, to be fair. That still includes quite a bit of steps, and I think... Oh, here's another interesting thing. We don't know width and height of that thing. We really don't know width and height of it, so that means when we are generating the C file, we also have to generate width and height. Hello, Akira Life Wall. Welcome to the stream. So it's going to be something like size T width. Yep. So it's going to be X. It's going to be X. This is going to be a height. This is going to be Y. It still pooped itself. Yes, I know. This is my like a go-to error handling in SDL. So this is basically what we're gonna have here. So we have sizes, we have the bytes, and everything is nice, cool. So here's the image bits, and essentially I don't need to do that anymore. I can just use PNG width directly, like this. This is another PNG width. So in image pixels is going to be just PNG. So that means in this function we don't need this parameter anymore. And in this function I don't think we need this parameter either. Image file name. Yeah. There we go. And I think that's pretty much it. That's the whole implementation. And let's try to compile the whole thing and see if it works. Okay, it didn't work first try, because it still tries to do this thing. It still tries to do this thing. Why does that PR have 90 comments? Oh, the one, I mean, creating PR to Torvalds/Linux on GitHub is basically a meme at this point. Like, nobody's doing that unironically, I think. It's just literally like memeing around. Because the point is that they don't accept any changes through GitHub. And there's no way to disable pull requests on GitHub, so everyone's just memeing. It's like a meme place for everyone. Okay, so there we go. Here's the whole build process, right? So first step, we build Png to C, then we generating digits.h, and then we're compiling the main application, and the main application is compiled. So the moment of truth. So the size of this executable is 3.7. Would you look at that? It's 3.7. So, and if I try to run it, it still works. And you know what's interesting? If I try to run it from a different place, it still works. It works from any place, and that means the image is now baked into executable. We successfully baked the image into the executable. How about that? So that means I can finally do the following thing. I can just take this entire thing and copy it to user local bin, right, like this. And then I can just, out of nowhere, just do soon, and it will just work. How about that? I think it's pretty cool. So before I couldn't do that because it had a runtime dependency. It always required that digit.png there, but now it doesn't. And what's cool is that you can still modify that digits.png because it's a build time dependency. So we're generating C code and baking it at build time. So you can modify this file and then rebuild the whole thing and it will rebake it and everything like that. So, and that didn't take that much time and it was like pretty much first time. So yeah. Symlinks, I mean, it's just easier to not have any symlinks. Like, how about an executable that just works? Without symlinking or anything like that. You know, it's nice when things just work, isn't it? I think it's nice. I don't know. I know about you guys, but I like that. It's pretty fat. I mean, come on. It's 2020. Memory is dirt cheap. Memory is dirt cheap. Alright. So, imagine having working code. Yes, I know. Oh, alright. So, apparently I'm on a wrong branch. So, let me actually switch to a different branch. To the master. Memory is not cheap. Well, for, like, I mean... It depends, I guess, but generally it's way cheaper than it was before. Like, imagine, do you know the price of like a drum disc in 70s or something? So, and let's do origin master. And so that means here I will be able to remove that. Oh shit! Actually, we have some changes. Okay, we don't have any changes to the master, to the main. So that means I will be able to just unstash that. Okay, so we'll have to git ignore this executable. So now we're generating this executable. So it's gonna be git ignore, and it's gonna be png2c. And another thing we need to ignore digits.h because it's a compile time dependency. So it's gonna be digits.h. There we go. .exe, because I think Kolumbetka managed to build it on Windows. So that's why .exe is there. So this thing, by the way, works on Windows. How about that? It straight up works on Windows. And that's why we have .exe there. Ignore dsim slash. So I don't know what that is, but I suppose it's some macOS thing, right? So I'm not sure. Or you just memeing. Alright. So let's try to rebuild that one more time. It is some macOS thing. Surprisingly, macOS generates a lot of garbage that gets into zip files and stuff like that. Like, why? What the hell is going on there? Pretty sure I accidentally committed. Yeah, so every time I get like a zip from a macOS user, it's just filled with DS store, yeah, and stuff like that. It's just, what? It's like, does it store some sort of meta information? Why that meta information couldn't be stored like in the file system? It's Subun compiled first try on FreeBSD, nice. I'm really glad to hear that. That's actually super cool. Oh, and by the way, we have FreeBSD build now, so if I broke FreeBSD, so we'll know that. For Spotlight search. Ah, okay. Our home file shares were littered with DS store folders. Will we fix timer 10 minutes? Probably, because I think I don't need to. I was actually using old version of Suwon, so maybe now I just don't need to do that. Let's check it out. Suwon 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't have to do that. I was literally using the old version, so everything's okay now. Suwon 10 minutes. Okay, it still works. So, and I'm gonna replace whatever I have in the user local bin. Okay. Okay. Cool. So, and let's do a committee. Do I have an issue for that, by the way? I don't remember. I usually create separate issues for the things I plan to do, and I planned to do that baking for quite some time, but I don't remember if I have an issue for that. Right, make and style target. I'm too lazy for that. Oh, we don't have any issues. Okay, nice. Bake digits PNG. Well, you can actually contribute make install target. Why not? Bake digits PNG into the executable during the build. There we go. I'm gonna push that right into the repo, and then we're gonna create a pull request, and we'll see if we break any of the builds. Man page is also missing. It's very funny. Well, I mean, that would be actually kind of cool, maybe. I don't know. Feel free to contribute all of these things, I don't know. I won't mind to accept them, actually, so I don't see any problems with that. So we're building on Linux, Mac OS, Windows, and FreeBSD. Oh my god, we're building all sorts of things. That's amazing, actually. Okay, failed. Something failed. God damn it. Windows. Oh shit, I know why it failed. Because Windows doesn't use the make file. Windows has its separate thing. Alright. So I see that. We have to fix the Windows. But that's the point, by the way. That's a good thing. This is exactly why we have CI for Windows. So I don't forget to update the Windows build script as well. So until I fix this build, I cannot continue, so it forces me to like keep these scripts up to date. That's quite important. It's quite important. Anyways, so yeah, the CI did its job. That's exactly the intention of CI, to fail and tell me that I need to do something. So let us see. So maybe I'm gonna introduce like common flags as well. Common flags. So it actually calls them C++ flags. We're using C++ 17 to compile C code. Which probably makes sense because as far as I know, Microsoft Visual Studio doesn't have C compiler. Let a user fix it. Nah, I don't think it's that difficult of a fix. So I'm gonna just fix it myself. Okay, so here are includes and the libs. And I wonder what libs we'll need. We'll probably need shell 32. Okay, so anyway, so let's do this thing. I'm gonna execute CXX flags. Do I need includes? I don't really need includes. And so this is how we provide the executable, I suppose. So that means the executable has to be png to c, then png to c.c. Then we have to link this thing. I'm not sure if we have to use shell 32 lib, but I'm gonna just provide it just in case. And also subsystem has to be Windows. Okay. After that, what I have to do, I have to take png to c.exe and call it on digits.png and redirect all of that to digits.h. So that's essentially what we're doing. So we're generating this digits.h. And hopefully that will fix the build. We'll see. Try to fix the Windows build. All right, I'm gonna push that right into the repo. So yeah, our thing is supposed to work on 4 different operating systems, or different platforms, I would say. Linux, macOS, Windows, and even FreeBSD. And we have builds for all of them. Thanks everyone who contributed the builds. I don't know, I think macOS was contributed by Zhiyang. Windows was contributed by Kolumbetka, and FreeBSD was definitely contributed by Herotz and Plots. I wanna just use something like CMake. Bloat? I don't know. But now you don't have to use CMake. I'm just trying to keep the build as simple as possible. Sorry. It still fails, god damn it. Where did it fail? It still fails on Windows. Okay, let's take a look at Windows. Okay, unresolved dependency. SCRT common main se. I'm not sure about that. It's something about main, but I'm not sure how to go about that. So I think the main situation is usually resolved by SDL. Oh yeah, it uses SDL main. User 32. Okay, so I have to add user 32. Is that correct, James? That's what I need to do. Did I understand correctly? Because I don't know anything about Windows, to be fair. You may want to replace Windows by console, I think. Okay. Let's see if it's gonna work. I'm gonna trust you. James, yes. So which should I use, by the way? So we have 2 options. Either use user32.lib or subsystem console. Which path should we go? What do you guys think? Or both of them? WinMain is in console, but do we still need console? So do we have to keep both, or should we remove, should we revert to Windows? Or should we use console? I don't know. Like, again, I know nothing about Windows, so it's up to you Windows developers. So you should tell me. Win32, sorry. What should I use? I don't understand. Okay, so... you can print a line. Yeah, because I like. Alright. I'm gonna just try like subsystem console maybe. Because I don't understand what you're trying to tell me, James. Well, you're probably trolling me because that's not helpful. Alright. So try to Win32 not. Okay. Try to replace. Yeah, you're definitely trolling. I can see that you're trolling. Okay. Try to build with console subsystem instead of Windows. There were 2 lines with. There were 2 lines with. Where? I swear to God, people. Jesus Christ. Okay. We'll see. If it fails, everyone's banned. Yes, ban incoming. Ban is definitely incoming. Ben is definitely incoming. Okay, macOS build, but that doesn't mean anything because we're specifically looking for Windows build. Windows build, nice, Nitrix. Oh, wait a second, but wait. I'm gonna look into the actual log. So build 7. Okay, PNG. All right, there you go. So you're VIP now. How about that? So this thing actually built. Build doesn't mean works, exactly. You're so goddamn right. You must be a software engineer, if you know that. So we're only waiting for FreeBSD, by the way. FreeBSD. Tries to test the machine, but I don't have cl.exe and I'm too lazy to install. Well, it is what it is. Wanna be part of the Epic Suvun Club? You have to be actually not lazy. It is so goddamn slow. I don't know why. How much time does it take actually? It's really interesting. 10 minutes? It's probably like building the whole FreeBSD first. Oh, maybe what the hell is going on? I think it's okay. It's starting up a virtual machine with FreeBSD. Oh shit! It literally is like downloading and starting up BSD machine. Well, I mean, well, how else would you implement that on GitHub Actions? I suppose. Like, I don't know a better way. So I mean, at least it's something. At least it's something. So I don't complain. Yeah, it's certainly one way to do that, that's for sure. But eventually, hopefully, we'll get there. So we can take a look at the previous FreeBSD pull request that was suggested by Plots, just to see how much time it usually takes. My Rust project takes 5 minutes to build on both Windows and Linux on CI. Well, this is not Rust, okay? And this is not your machine. Got him! So where are this thing? Okay. Rust. And 7 fucking minutes. I guess it's okay. It's not an hour or anything. Like, I mean, just casually check whether it builds on FreeBSD. We can wait. I think we can wait. So yeah. But the most important thing is that we managed to do it. We managed to bake digits PNG into the executable, and now the executable is completely independent and can be copied anywhere, it can be run from anywhere, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm finally happy. This is the best birthday gift I've ever made myself. Yes, this is literally my 30 years old birthday gift. Retiring from now a baker, exactly. It's spinning up the virtual machine to test the newest compiling. Yes. All right. So I guess we're not gonna wait until then, and we're gonna just move on. So according to the schedule today, we're supposed to be programming something, right? We're supposed to be programming something, and something. Yes, I'm from 90s. Yes, from 1990. That is completely correct. Am I a boomer? Am I a millennial? I don't know. I think millennials are like starting from 80s. Yeah. Yo, October. Nice. Success. Did it build? Remind. Okay. So let's take a look at if it built. Bake digits PNG. Oh, the first one built, but the push didn't build. It only started. Okay, so it started them sequentially, I think. I'm a zoomer, right? I'm from ZGen. Let's see. Okay, so that means it's built, but it didn't report properly yet. So okay, beautiful. Finally, we can merge all this chat. Confirm merge. Epiku. And all of that compiles on all of the 4 platforms that we support. Nice, 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 nice. Cool. And by the way, if anyone wants to get this epic countdown, you can get it by this link if you want to. On GitHub Actions, macOS build has 10x minute multiplier. Huh. Well, I mean, it wasn't really that slow. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but anyway. 4 minutes is actually fast. My PRs at work take almost an hour to pass. Yeah, I mean, classic. Well, at least it's not a nightly build, right? Because at some places, people run the full build overnight. And usually I worked in an environment where I could only check my changes on the next day after the nightly build. That was fun. I think I already told that story, yeah. So these builds that I have, you know, right now are completely insane compared to what I had at the work. If you think about GitHub Action cost, 10 minutes. Ah, cost! I forgot. It's a cost. Yeah, they cost like minutes or something. Would you accept the PR which depends on the Z compiler? Not sure. Not sure if I will, because that means I will have to install Z compiler and I don't want to. So yeah, I don't think so. All right. So let me see. Okay. So yeah, so according to the schedule, we are supposed to develop something, which is the game that we've been developing for quite some time. You can find it here, right? You can find it here. And let's check it out. So you can get the recap of this project here. Here's even a source code. It's the game. Alright, so I think I need to go to the master and fetch the latest changes and stuff. Fetch from origin. There we go. So we're gonna take a look at the latest version of something. Do you use Unity or Unreal? I use both of them simultaneously. Let's merge origin master. Okay, so, and let's try to build everything. Thank you, Gil Christian. Thank you. 2 engine stuff, yeah. Unity and Unreality. Alright, so I think it's almost done. And let's go. Let's take a look at this thing. Cool. So this is how the game looks like. You can do pew pew pew. Oh, we don't have pew pew pew, but we have different kinds of projectiles, and now they even have different sounds. And we can even have enemies and stuff like that shoot different projectiles. But yeah, I won't be able to kill them because the water projectiles actually destroy the fire projectiles, so it's not really possible or easy to do it like that. So this is the game that we've been developing for quite some time, and today I suppose we're going to continue developing it, and we'll see how it goes. Did you have loot boxes? That's a very funny and original question. Thank you for asking it. So let's take a look at something. And let's take a look at what we need to do here. Do we have any plan? Do we have any plan for today? Release data pack building. It's kind of boring. Animate parser. Can we have something like game design related? That would be interesting. So sound blocks and shit. Don't drop any items anymore. We can work on that. That sounds very interesting. That sounds interesting. Oh, by the way, this is actually not up to date. SMD project, celebrating my boomer birthday and writing some C++ code. Source code is available here. github.com zozing something. Right. Okay, cool. Can't compare. There's no reason to play different sounds when you pick up. Yeah, this could be another refactoring that we could do. Basically, the refactoring that I wanted to have for quite some time. Yeah, so let's actually plan all of that. How long have you been working on it? I'm quite fascinated by the originality. Thank you for the sarcasm. Let me see. I'm not working on it for every day, by the way. I'm only working on it twice a week, and Saturday and Sunday, right? Saturday and Sunday for like up to 4 hours. So I'm working on it like up to 8 hours a week. So it's basically 1 day a week. And I'm working on it starting from February 9th of 2020. Does that make sense? Is that a good progress? Is that a bad progress? I don't know. Because I have other projects. I'm working on several projects in parallel. So, yeah. Does it answer your question? I don't know. Okay, so let's actually add that to the project and we'll see. It's good poggers. I don't know. We'll see. All right. And let's all of that here. So here's the interesting thing. When you pick up the items, right? When you pick up the items, it plays a particular sound. So let's play something here. Yeah, you probably heard that, right? So this thing. So it plays this sound. So we can use this sound for every item, but for some reason in our engine, we store the reference to the sound the item should play. So we technically have a possibility to play different sounds on picking up different items, and we don't really need that. It's kind of redundant. I don't plan to have different sounds for different items. So I was just wanted to go through the code and remove that thing. Luckily, it should be as easy as just removing that and going through the places where we use that and refactoring it properly, stuff like that. So yeah, could be a pretty cool warm-up issue. It's only a second game. I don't know, my first game I never finished. And I developed like small games throughout my life anyway. It was like very small games. So... Okay, let's create a separate branch for this refactoring. Right. 266. And let's go. Something crashes when trying to launch on systems without audio support. It reminds me of something. Didn't we have a similar thing with nothing? And you were fixing that on like Dragonfly BSD or something? Oh shit. Okay, so maybe we could create an issue for that. Alright, thank you. So, it's so slow. Application crashes on systems without audio support. Thank you so much, Inaboth. We had a similar situation in nothing. Should probably just port port the solution from there. We have to run it on WSL, but WSL has no support for ALSA. I see. So, does it say anything? Does it just say like SDL pooped itself or something? Yeah, probably we just have to handle that somehow and not crash. Yeah, SDL pooped itself. I see. Yep. Poop. Okay, thank you. I'll try to address that a little bit later, because I don't really have right now an environment to reproduce that, so I'm not sure how easy it would be to reproduce. By the way, to be fair, not gonna lie, I kind of want some tea. So let's actually make some tea. Does anybody have any questions maybe while I'm making some tea? So, or anything to say to me? Dove Dude also asked whether I do backend. What do you mean by backend? You know, backend compilers? I never actually developed backends for compilers. So, yeah, I don't know. What is a backend? What do you mean by backend? Tea party, yeah. Backend is a very abstract thing. It's like asking, have you ever developed libraries? I guess, like, sure. Thank you, Ncost. Thank you. How did you learn to type so fast? I was just programming a lot. I didn't do that intentionally. I was just programming and it just came to me. I'm using long T. Yeah, that's the one I'm using. So I'm gonna quickly go to my kitchen and turn on the kettle. It's gonna be super quick. And then I'm gonna go back and we'll wait until the water has boiled. I just tried compiling something and it doesn't compile for me. Could you please submit an issue with the steps you did to build it and with the output log, preferably full output log with all of the errors there. I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm fucking coming. Hello. How are you? Can someone write the name of the tea? It's OOLONG, as far as I know. Yeah, it's that one. Thank you so much. Doesn't own an IoT kettle. I don't own any Internet of Things things. Thank you, that bot chat. Thank you. Yeah. Imagine using our IoT. All right. I'm a little bit hungry, not gonna lie. Internet of Things. Yes, I know. Thank you, Pugboy. Thank you. I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you, Sparky Lux, right? Thank you. So what we're doing, imagine having things in your internet connected to the internet. Exactly. Cringe. So we created that. Why PayPal requires registration? I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. It is what it is. But yeah. So let's go to the items. So we need to remove the sound field from the item, right? That's what we need to do here. Something item. So that's essentially going to be the whole refactoring. That's going to be the whole refactoring. And let's do make -b and we'll see how it goes. Let us see how it goes. So we're using pop sound to as a sound for playing when we pick up the item. That's a very complex sentence. I don't know how to simplify it. Right, so we'll have to save it. just for the future reference. And okay, so we're removing it from all of the items where we initialize them. Pop sound immigrant. Yes. Isn't Grim? Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you for 3 months of tier 1 subscription, and welcome to our 30 years old club. How about that? The club of existential crisis. Love it so much. Alright, so and this is basically where we want to play all of that. We want to play the pop sound index. Yeah, pop sound index. God damn it. And another one is pop sound index, and that should fix everything, hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, good. It's building things, which is cool. It's warming up my CPU. It's warming up my room. And it's finally built. So, and let's see if it works now. So let's see if at least we didn't break anything, right? We can still do pew pew pew, and if we spawn an item, right, when we pick them up, it still plays the pop sound. You can even hear it. Can you hear it? So that means we didn't break anything, and that means we successfully refactored the code, right? So now it's a little bit less, you know, obnoxious. Yeah, we just removed a bunch of stuff and we directly use this thing here. Yes, that's the idea. That's the idea essentially. I could do. Oh my god, workaround.
Workaround feels okay, man.
But it's a little bit more expensive, but well, you didn't have to. But thank you so much for 500 bits. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Fishy Poos, hello. Thank you so much, good dude. So, I think my kettle is ready, by the way. I'm gonna quickly brew some tea. Just a second. Yeah, it is what it is. Thank you so much. All right, so the tea is brewing. And let's see what else do we have to do. So we'll have to commit that and make a pull request. Remove sound field associated with an item. And we're gonna push that right into the repo. There we go. I'm gonna push that right into the repo. Okay, let's create a pull request for this thing. I always create pull requests to my repo just to go through continuous integration. It's not really necessary, it's just something that I like to do. And maybe while we're waiting for continuous integration, maybe somebody has any questions. Thank you, Biljunal. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, you created a... Okay, compilation error in AIDS. That's interesting. Okay, thank you so much for submitting the pull request. Issue, I mean. Releases not. Oh. I think I know what it is. It's Arch. We already had that. Thank you, Zulu. Thank you so much. Glad to see the porn folder is now. Yeah, it's actually getting smaller, unfortunately. As I grow older, The porn folder is getting smaller. Yes, it is what it is. I'm getting old. Yeah. So it is actually similar, and it's also on Arch, and it's GCC 10. What's the GCC version? 10 to... It's the same GCC version. Oh shit. Okay. I see. So it's some sort of a problem, like specifically on Arch. And it's not reproducible in Clang, for example. If you try to build it with Clang, it's not going to be reproducible. So I'm going to just mark it as a duplicate, but I'm not going to close it. Duplicate of 237. Yeah, it's a duplicate of 237, but I'm going to keep it for now. I can try out Ubuntu 10 too. Feel free to do so if you have time and motivation. The meme distro strikes again. It's not really something with Arch, I think. I think it's something specifically with GCC, because I remember people said that they tried Clang and it worked on Arch with Clang. It's something with GCC. GCC is getting worse and worse every release. But maybe it's actually my fault. I don't know. I think I saw this error on GCC FreeBSD as well. Okay, so I don't know if it's my fault or maybe GCC is being GCC. Most of the Arch memes revolve around GCC breaking. I didn't know that. I'm not actively using Arch, so yeah. It's kind of funny. So, do you guys want TSMR? A little bit of a TSMR? Because I have a little bit of TSMR for you. It's GCC 10 only. I see. All right. TSMR has been delivered. Here's some TSMR for you, chat. Cool. It compiles on GCC 10 2. Interesting. That's really strange. Maybe it's a problem of GCC and Arch. That could be it. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, but in the meantime, I think we're ready to merge this pull request and just move on. And just move on. Let's delete the branch as well. So the next issue that we're going to be working on is going to be something around... I already forgot. I remember that I scheduled something, but I already forgot. Okay. Enemies don't drop any items anymore. Yes, this is a problem, because they used to drop items. What OS do I use? Yeah, so here's the OS. Yeah, let's take a look at that. So I'm gonna go to the master and we're gonna try to reproduce this situation. Should they even drop anything? We can actually make them drop. Essentially, they can drop the weapons, the amount of weapons that they have. Right. And let's merge the latest changes. Origin master merge. Of course it works, it's Ubuntu. God damn. That was pretty savage, yes. Nice. I don't know why I'm building everything, I should only build debug. Alright. So essentially, if you kill, for example, an ice golem, the ice golem should drop an ice block, right? So it should block an ice block. Thank you, maybe just James. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it doesn't. So, and this is something that we broke recently as we were refactoring the weapon system. And this is something that I wanted to fix. So essentially, we can have weapons that place blocks, right? So we can place blocks like that. And the idea is we can give those weapons to the entities, to the enemies, and when the entity dies, we can drop all of these amounts as items. Right, we can drop them as items. Yeah. I'm planning on including power-ups like invulnerability or something. Not yet, not yet. I'm just adding features and see how they fit together. And once I see a coherent system, then I will start thinking whether to add more and whether to expand the system. Alright, so yeah. First we need to see how the features work together, and then we can think of whether to add more. Okay. So let's go and fix this situation. 304. So I'm not sure what would be the best way to do that. So we can go to the enemies, actually entities, and we need to go to the entity constructors. Yeah, so we have a golem entity, and we give a golem entity a rock gun, so it can basically shoot with rocks. Right, so if you have the golem entity here, it shoots with rocks that look like potatoes, but that's basically like a programmer's art. Right, it's just a programmer's art, nothing special. And we can give it another weapon, which is gonna be, I suppose, dirt block placer. Right, it's not gonna be really available to the enemy, right? But it's going to be there in case the enemy dies. All of these blocks that it had, specifically one block, will be dropped on the floor. So that's going to be the idea. So to each of this entity, we're going to like give these placers, and we're going to use them as what the entity is supposed to drop when it dies. Right. So I guess we can call these weapon slots. Each entity, by the way, has a weapon slots. Wait a second. Entity HPP, so weapon slots. Yeah, and you can place weapons there, and we can use them as, you know, inventory of the entity. At least for now. Maybe once it becomes more complicated, we can make more sophisticated inventory system. Potato spots for you. I don't understand this reference. I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, I have tea. I forgot that I have tea. Oh my god, a little bit tired already. We've been out today, had to go outside. And it's really cold outside, by the way, right now in Novosibirsk, like minus 17 and a little bit of wind, and together it's actually not really pleasant, so yeah. It was a little bit difficult. But I managed to go through. Going outside. Yeah, imagine going outside, especially in Siberia. During the winter. Yeah. So anyway, let's. So this is the ice golem, right? So we can do entity push weapon ice block placer, and we're gonna give it one block as well. So the entities are not gonna use these weapons, by the way, because they always use the one that is first in their inventory. So they ignore everything after that. So that should be okay. Living Canada. Oh, thank you, Hamiko Vedeta.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear. Insert нижнее подчеркивание NEM и нижнее подчеркивание HR happy. Birthday to you, birthday subscription и ваей.
What was that? So yeah, this is the side effects of Russian TTS. So let me read that. Thank you. Insert name here. Thank you so much, Famicom for $5, and thank you for such a beautiful song. It was absolutely beautiful, especially when it's read by a Russian TTS. So yeah. Anyways, so this is a player entity, and I guess that's it. Oh yeah, it is my birthday today, Fish. Thank you so much for wishing me happy birthday. I finally became a 30 years old Cooder. So yeah. I've been 29 for the whole year, and then I finally decided the time has come, and I turned 30. That's how it happened, actually. Yes. It was my decision all along. I just decided. What a year for a milestone birthday. Yeah. Does it mean you can retire? Probably not. Just push to a new version. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So now I want to check through all of these things, right? So they just do that. They don't do anything special. Okay. And now when an entity dies, we need to go through its weapons and drop all of the placers, right? Drop all of the placers. And I wonder, where do we kill the entity or something? So yeah, so it's gonna be kill. So here we're killing projectiles. Okay, so this is an entity projectile interaction, and this is where we play crunch sound when it dies, and this is where we have to actually drop the items. Hello Dithanur, welcome, 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 welcome. Really glad to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Got sugar-free cake? No, I didn't get any cake. To be fair, I didn't have any cake. All right, so cake, yes, cake. Thank you, Dithanur. Thank you so much. So in the entity, we'll just have to go through all of the weapon slots, right? So size I0 less than. To be fair, maybe we just have to do that slightly differently. Maybe the entity itself should actually drop those items into the game. Right, because we may call entity kill several times, right? We can call it several times, but that means we'll have to find all of the places where we're killing the entity and add that code there. It's better to drop items inside of the entity kill, I think. I think that will be way better. But that will require actually passing the game, right? It will require passing the game because you can only spawn an item when you have an instance of the game. So let's go to the entity. Let's go to the entity, drops manager. I don't know. I don't really have any managers, and to be fair, I don't like calling classes or structures managers because they're quite confusing for me, because you can look at the manager and you can never know what exactly it's doing. So essentially, if you have a class manager, it's doing pretty much everything. Usually the name does not like limit the scope of the entity or class, so I try to I prefer calling things very specifically, right? For example, I have entity. Well, it's a very abstract name, but by entity we mean something like player or enemy or anything like that. Or I like to call things like an item, projectile, like specific things. Or if it's a God object in here, it's gonna be a game. Right, so I don't have no, I don't have any managers, but I have the game, and this is the game, the state of the whole game. It's managing, duh, yeah, exactly. Okay, so where's the kill method? It's not how you spell kill, I think. Right, this thing should accept a pointer to the game. Right. Should accept pointer to the game, and let's go to the entity CPP, and when I kill this entire thing, okay, so here's the game, right, and this is where we have to start dropping things. So I'm gonna start iterating through this entire thing. Weapon slots count, this is what I'm doing here. Weapon slots count, and yeah, if weapon I, and I think we need to check the type of the weapon. We have different types of the weapons, by the way. Different types of the weapons. So type, yeah. If type of the weapon equal to weapon type, and what's that? Placer, yes, it's a placer. We'll have to spawn some items. We'll have to spawn some items. And what's interesting is that we don't know what items to spawn. I kill you by placement, yeah. We don't know what items to spawn based purely on the weapon, because weapon doesn't store the associated items, it stores the projectiles. Yeah, placer stores... It doesn't even store projectile, it just stores the tile that it's supposed to place. But item is a completely different thing. God damn, so using weapons as the, you know, quick hack item system is not really gonna work. You are 30? I mean, I'm actually exactly 30 right now. So today is my birthday. Yeah. Placer, the Forgotten American Gladiator. I do not understand that reference, I'm sorry. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, John Pon Thong. Thank you. Alright, so maybe that means this idea is not really gonna work. You look younger than 30. Really? I don't know. Oh, you look 40. Oh, okay. And 40 is younger than 30. I see. This drum sound, I thought I opened my favorite video website again. Yes, you know exactly what I'm listening to. It's a show where the athletes had stupid... In which country, by the way? I don't remember this thing. Are you interested in a stupid joke that's totally not worth posting? Sure, go ahead. It's my birthday, so yeah, why not? So, but I'm gonna open it on the second screen just in case it's something too OS unfriendly. So I'm sorry. All right, so. Oh well. Cool. God damn it. Well, I'm 30 years old here, okay? I'm supposed to make dad's jokes today. Aren't I? Don't I? I don't speak English anyway, so whatever. Do you use OpenGL, Vulkan? I do not depend on neither of them. I use only SDL. Do you have a kid? No, I don't. If not, you're fine to make dad jokes. Ah, I see. Okay. Dad jokes are a natural reaction of a 30 years old man to a child. Right. They see a child, they have an urge to make a dad jokes. So if I don't have any kids, I'm fine to not make any dad jokes. If I understood correct. Anyways, so I think we need to introduce the inventory system of some sort. At least the invisible one. Does SDL batch draws? I think it does, because it's actually quite fast. And I would assume that the way they achieve that is by actually storing first what you wanna draw in a renderer, and when you swap and present your scene, only then they batch draw the whole thing. Because it works quite fast, so I think it's a batch drawing. Your humor gets so dark, you have to have dad jokes options so you don't corrupt child. Ah, okay, that makes sense actually. What color theme is this? It's a Gruber Darker. I'm gonna make a FreeBSD package soon. Feel free to do so it should be pretty easy right now. It's a scam, it's slow, don't tell me otherwise. Sure. Whatever, I won't tell you anything then. What I was doing actually, I wanted to introduce inventory system because this thing doesn't really work, right? Doesn't really work out, right? That's what I wanted to say, just like myself. So, item. Let's actually call them items to drop after death. On what resources did you learn English so well? If it weren't for the lousy Russian, I wouldn't recognize you. Well, life taught me English. To be fair, I was just, you know, browsing the internet, trying to get the most interesting content on the internet, and the most interesting content is, of course, in English, and that slowly made me learn that language. Plus, I worked a lot in outsource, right? And in an outsource, if you don't speak English well, you're out instantly. So, and that, like, you know, stressful competitive environment actually made me learn English on relatively decent level. I don't know. Also, after outsource, I was working in the freelance, which is pretty much the same thing but harder. So yeah. What the fuck is outsource? It's when like a big American corporation doesn't want to develop the project themselves because they have neither resources nor money. Usually they just don't have time for that, so they don't want to waste the time of their developers, so they actually give that to a company in like in a third world country like Russia, for example. So yeah, that's how it works. You speak better English than some native speakers. I don't think so. I don't know, maybe. Are you Russian? Yes, I am. I'm from Mazarasha, сука, блядь. Thank you, mutually assured seduction. Thank you. Alright, so I'm gonna go full John Blow on that, and I'm gonna call this field items to drop after death. That's exactly how I'm gonna call that. Russia is 2.5 world, yeah, pretty much. To be fair, some of the places in my city do look like a third world country, not gonna lie. Oh. Okay. So items to drop after death capacity. Killrogue subscribed at tier 1. Thank you so much for subscribing. Your first subscription, by the way, and welcome to a 30 years old club. You're 30 years old now and you have a middle-age crisis. Boom, you're welcome. Anyway, some part of this look like third world too. I can imagine that, probably. What was your favorite job that you had done? This one, I guess. So far, it's the best job I've ever had. Not gonna lie. How about you devote 1 day per week in competitive programming and solve hard algorithmic problems? I already tried that. That made me depressive. 30 years old millennial boomer club. Yes, exactly. Okay, so items to drop after death, and then we're gonna have something like items to drop after death count. Right, so that's pretty much it. Has boomer changed meaning to be an age range instead of generation? Real question, I'm out of the loop. The word boomer basically became a meme. I think it became a meme after, you know, this idea of 30 years old boomer, and 30 years old boomer come from the fact that there is like a new generation of people who are relatively young, like 30 years old, but still quite illiterate when it comes to computers and stuff, which is quite fascinating because they grew up with computers, so they should know how computers works, how to do some stuff, but still they act like boomers who don't know anything about computers. And I think this is where the meme of 30 years old boomer came from, but I'm not quite sure, so don't quote me on that. And also please correct me. And I think from there this meme mutated, so now people use boomer to pretty much anything. It just doesn't mean anything anymore. Have you ever considered a move to US? I actually have. I also considered moving to Europe, but I'm not sure how to pull that off or whether I will be able to do that, so I don't know. I also don't really have that motivation to do anything. So we'll see. We'll put and let you leave. Why not? We don't have an iron curtain right now, luckily, yet. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we'll see. Also from the fact that new agencies give birthday ranges that completely didn't match up. Interesting. So a lot of people, especially very talented people, move out of Russia relatively easily. They just get invited into like European or American companies. So, and our government doesn't really stop them. Again, we don't have an iron curtain like in Soviet times or anything. Russia today is not Soviet Russia. Like, it's a completely different country. Almost. A moving to Czech Republic by you, Blue Card. Being an Android software dev, it's kind of easy for inexperienced boomers. I'll consider that. Thank you, Cooder. Thank you. 30 years old boomer literally has a no meme page. I see. Oh, that means it's a normie meme now. So maybe I can also become an epic Android software dev. Android development is actually quite easy. It's kind of annoying, to be fair. It's not hard, but it's annoying, considering the Android APIs and stuff. So you know Kotlin already? Yeah. Oh, by the way, how often people use Kotlin for mobile development? I don't really know. Because Kotlin seems pretty easy to learn. Like, I learned it in one session, so having like previous experience and stuff. I don't understand why Android decided to add Java on top of Linux. This is actually easy, easy to answer. It's a very simple question. Essentially, when the Android was created, there was a huge hype around Java. The same hype there is around JavaScript. So there was a lot of Java developers, and there's still a lot of Java developers. So by using Java as their main language for this development platform, they had a huge pool of already available developers who don't have to learn anything. And that boosted their platform like quite a bit. So, for example, Apple doesn't have that pool of developers. There's way less, you know, there were way less Objective-C developers than there were Java developers. So that's actually quite an easy answer. Yeah, because Java was popular, and if you use Java as a main language, you have the pool of developers. I believe Android also has HTML/JS front-end for apps too. Yeah, by the way, I think if Android was created today instead of Java, they would have been using JavaScript. And didn't want to do something on the Unreal Engine. I don't find using engines interesting because I don't learn anything. This is primarily like a learning project. I want to learn things, and that's why I don't use any engines. We need these devices to have a good battery life. Let's fucking use Java. I think like battery life at the time when the decision was made was not really that much of a priority. The priority was to get into the market as quickly as possible, and using Java actually provided that opportunity, and that's the reason why Google still fights with Oracle about that, right? Because Oracle understand that that's exactly what gave them advantage, and they want their piece of cake from that. But again, I didn't look into the Oracle versus Google situation, so not gonna comment on that. I think Casey like did like series of videos where he like dived deep into this case, and that was quite interesting, but I myself not gonna comment on that. And Oracle sucks, yes, it's absolutely horrible company. People underestimate how insanely huge. Yeah, exactly. It's insanely huge. It's just people who use Java, they don't sit on Hacker News. That's why you don't see them. They're just like a regular 5 to 9 men, like with a family and stuff like that. But there's a lot of them. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of them. The video I saw from Casey on the case study seems like very boring to watch to bit. It kind of was. If you're not into like a law stuff, it's kind of easy. Yeah, not gonna lie. All right. On top of these items, do we wanna? Yeah, I think we also wanna associate like the amount of items that we wanna drop there. That would be actually pretty cool. So items to drop after death. It would be cool to have some sort of a pair like that, like this, and sort of like size T. But we don't really have pairs. So maybe I'm gonna introduce my own pairs? Question marks? Question mark? When read with all in JS, it's worst nightmare I can imagine so far. Well, it's gonna look like web development, I suppose. That's how it's gonna look like. New AIDS release? Yeah, maybe we can do a new AIDS release. So it would be cool to have tuples in AIDS, but I think, like, usually you just need like a quick pair, right? And if you need more than 2 elements, you can always create a new structure, right? We can always do the following thing. I can introduce item slot. Oh, thank you, Neutral Second. Thank you. Item slot, right? So this is what we're gonna have here. Item slot, which contains an item and count. Boom, your app is now a microservice architecture, exactly. So now we have slots, right? So instead of this thing, we have slots. Have you considered using STD array or the like instead of having a fixed C arrays with dissociated length? What is dissociated length? What do you mean by disassociated length? You know, oh, this one. Okay, so it's like a separate. I don't use STD, so that's the problem here. I don't have STD. The only thing I have here is AIDS. I use AIDS instead of STD. And STD uses dynamic array. Like, it has dynamic array, but I need fixed arrays because they're easy to manage. So you don't have to manage any memory. So that's pretty much the answer. Right. I don't have STD, I use AIDS, and this way I don't have to manage any memory. So that's how easy it is. Does it make sense? I'm not sure. And by the way, AIDS is my own library that is supposed to be a replacement for STD. You can check it out here if you're interested. Do you consider revealing your address so we can send some gifts maybe? Well, not really. Like, you literally ask me, do you consider doxing yourself? No, I do not consider doxing myself. Ice Cold Witch, thank you. Now you will lose all your computer knowledge after getting boomeries. Infected with boomerism. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't have STD, I use AIDS, yes. That's exactly what I said. Anyways, so we have item slots, and now what I have to do here, I just have to iterate through all of these item slots. And it's going to be something like items to drop after death count plus I. Alright. And we just take this item, and I suppose we just iterate how many times, how many items we have here. So size j, and j has to be less than that, plus j. There we go. And now, on each iteration, we have to spawn an item, but I don't remember how to spawn items. It's part of the game interface, so it had something like spawn item at. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can spawn an item at a particular position. That's actually quite easy to do. So you do game spawn item at, and we're going to use position of the entity. Entity has its own position, and the item that we want to spawn is the item inside of that slot, right? Inside of that slot, and this is just an item. There we go. It's as easy as that. We can even turn this into like a separate method entity. Drop all items, right? And you'll have to provide a game here. Drop all items. You will just... Actually, I want to remove all of that. 6, like this. And after that, we're going to set items to drop after death is 0. Entity item. Where? Will the compiler tell me? Will the compiler tell me? Oh, okay. It will probably tell me because the types are different. Yeah, thank you. item. Okay, so, and then we can do something like drop all items. All right. So yeah, well, when you kill it, and then we drop all items. You can rent a post office box in academic and transfer access to it to those so privacy is concerned. Yeah. This is what I mean. Seriously, you think I didn't understand what you meant? You really think I didn't understand what you meant? Oh, I see what you mean. Sure, but I don't have that. And this is not the primary concern of mine, so maybe later I'll implement that. Thank you. So, thank you, Thodian. Thank you, and thank you, Yogor 8-bit. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of the happy birthday wishes. So, because we're dropping all of the items, maybe I still want to rename that. I kind of want to rename this entire thing to just items. Thank you, Advic77. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. And entity, HPP, replace, yeah, like this. And maybe I can do it like that as well. There we go. So this is how we drop all of these things, and then was it items count? Excuse me. It was items count. Yeah. So yeah, we're dropping all of the items. But that's not enough, boys and girls. That's not enough. We need a way to actually add items to the inventory, right? So we have inventory, but you have no way to add an item there. So let's implement a function that does that, shall we? So entity push item. So this is how I'm gonna call it. And we're gonna push a single item, and maybe how many of these items we want to push there. So something like that. And for now, we're gonna do a simple assert. Just to ensure that the items count is less than items capacity. So that's for now. I know it's lame. I know it should have been better, but that's the thing about software development. You just make a first approximation and then you extend it as you need it. Okay. I do understand that this code is not finished because the game is not finished, right? All right. So, and after that, we can take the items and then items count ++, and we're gonna put this thing like that. So if I remember correctly, so the first one is an item and the second one is a count. So this is how we're gonna, there we go. So this is how we're pushing it. Cool. Now let's try to compile that and see if it compiles. I'm gonna compile only something debug. Thank you, Janik. Thank you. Thank you for all of the happy birthday wishes. I'm really flattered. That people do care about my birthday. Thank you so much. So, items. So, I think we just need to include that thing there. So, how to include something. Items, HPP. Alright, let's recompile that. And it says that there's no such thing as items. Maybe there is item? A single one? I'll consider this option. Oh, you guys talking about the thingy. So, entity HPP. So since I'm using headers, right, in C++, if you have a function, it also should be available in header. Because, you know, C++ is C++. Very old language. Okay. No declaration matches. Oh, okay. I have to keep adding this thing to header files. I cannot just, you know, define them in a single place. I have to duplicate the declaration into places. C++, my favorite language of all time. So, invalid use of a pointer struct. Oh, incomplete pointer. Why is it incomplete? Let's include the game then. You made a pull request. Oh shit. Okay, let's take a look. So you made a pull request to Suwon. So while it's loading, hopefully it's loading. Please load. Include something. Game HPP. Let's see what's gonna happen. Hopefully it's not gonna do any recursive thingy-majingy. Oh shit, I think it did a recursive thingy-majingy. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. Okay. You created a manual page. Okay. You created a manual page. I see. And it does build on all of them. Alright. Looks good to me. Thank you for your contribution. I'm gonna check it out after the stream. Thank you so much. I'm gonna merge it for now. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Alright. So, yeah, we did the fucky wacky, that's for sure. And also, probably, potentially, oopsie doopsie. So it has to be CPP. It's entity. It's entity and incomplete pointer, huh? Incomplete pointer, you say? Just merge it. Why not? It seems to be building. It doesn't break the build, so why not just merge it? I'm gonna check it out later. So, will you use it in the FreeBSD package? So, I think you should use it in the FreeBSD package. What is your opinion on TDD? What is TDD? I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. Okay, so how can we resolve the circular dependency? Is it even possible to do something like that? Stress-driven development. Never heard of it. What is it? What is it? Sounds really strange. Okay, I feel like, yeah. So the idea is more or less correct, okay? The idea is more or less correct, but these methods should be methods of the game. T-driven, oh, I know that one. I do know T-driven development, but I never heard about test-driven development. I'm sorry. I'm programming for 15 years and never heard about TDD thingy. I'm sorry. So what is it? Never heard of it. Okay, so you see, these are clearly the methods of the game. So let's actually move them to the game, alright? Let's move them to the game. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, sometimes you just put your methods in the wrong place. Just put them in the wrong place. And that's something that you have to fix. How to quit coffee? Well, I don't think you're asking the correct question. You don't quit coffee, you quit caffeine. But you can, if you don't want to quit caffeine and you really want to quit coffee, you can just start drinking tea. How to quit life? You should not quit life. Please seek help if you have suicidal thoughts. You can always Google up the suicide hotline, hotlines and stuff like that. They're pretty easy to Google in your country, in any country actually. So yeah. Software-driven development is a software development process relying on software requirements being converted to test cases before software is fully developed and tracking all software development by repeatedly testing. So very interesting. That's a very interesting idea. Could you please elaborate on that idea? I never heard of that before. Right. So who uses that? Yeah. What companies use? What famous people use that idea? Please elaborate. I never heard of it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that because I'm just trying to learn every day new things. And if you explain me like more about this idea, I would really appreciate that. Because this thing sounds like a pretty cool idea, not gonna lie. Alright, so here's the entity. And what should we accept here? I think we should accept the entity pointer here, right? So, and this is exactly what we're gonna do. So entity drop all items, and this is yeah, boy. Tell your manager. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think my manager is gonna like that idea. I think it's a fabulous idea. Thank you so much. All right. So so we spawn some items, and then I'm iterating through the items of the entity, right? So items of the entity. Okay. God damn it! Multiple curses fucked me up yet again. Entity. Yes. This is not what I wanted. Okay, so I don't know why it's doing it like that, but yeah, that's kind of strange. That's kind of strange. All right. Cool. So, and maybe because of that, we'll have to go to the entity and replace, like remove the kill thingy. What is the best thing for development to be driven on? Money? I guess? I don't know. Where's the kill? Yeah, there we go. So let's remove that. So this is going to be our primary refactoring, and let's just go through all of the errors it introduced. Money-driven development, exactly. So instead of this thing, I think we should call it kill entity. So this one is kill entity. Drop all items of entity. There we go. Development-driven development. Well, that sounds like a recreational programming, like development for the sake of development. Kill entity. Actually, yeah, kill entity, and we're gonna just use this as an entity. This is how we're gonna do that. And this is exactly what we're fixing right now. So what else? Mixer player kill entity was not declared in the scope. Aha, so I need to add them to the header. Entity spawn. Okay, so there's a whole section for entity things. So kill entity. DDD. I like the amount of D's. D's nuts. Ah, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm 30 years old, by the way. Okay. Got him. Exactly. So here's the position. It has to be the position of the entity. Okay. Item. No matching function call. Is that the other way around? I think that's the thing. It's the other way around. That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. Do we have anything else? Hopefully it will compile. So drop all of entity. I think this is the last one. I think this is the last error, and we'll be able to have the inventory system that you know, automatically drops all of the items. But the problem is that the entities don't have any items whatsoever. So if I create some, like a golem here, and I try to kill it, it still didn't drop anything because we didn't give them any items. Right, so that's the problem. So let's actually go ahead to the entity constructors. Entity, yeah, they are called entity constructors. And push some items to them. Right, push some items to them. So here is enemy entity. So it has a water gun. I don't think it's gonna drop anything. Golem entity. Okay, instead of pushing a weapon, we're gonna push an item. And the item that we're pushing is gonna be... depends on what kind of items do we have. So make a dirt block item. Position of that item, I think, is not that important. Yeah, I think... oh, god damn it. Okay. That means when we place it, we'll have to modify the position. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like that. Or maybe we can do it like this. So initially they're gonna be like 0 initialized or something. Yeah, that could be cool. So we can define position, but you don't have to. All right, so golem has dirt block item. Ice golem push item has ice block item. Let's actually make ice block item, and it would be nice to rename them to not have make, to make it a little bit more declarative. And that should be it, actually. All right, so I think I also have to provide the amount of them, so it has to be 1. Oh, you know what? We can also provide the default argument. So push item, right? Initially it's going to be 1. So if you're pushing something, you want to push like 1 of them, right? And in the game, when you drop in all of the items, you take that item. You're not only pushing it, but you also want to modify its position. Oh, you already provide the position. So in spawn item add, it modifies it. Okay, that's perfect. I already considered that. Nice, 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 nice. So I already took that into account. That's pretty cool. Oh, thank you, Just Roxy, also. Thank you, thank you. I didn't understand your message at first because it's transliterated from Russian, but you see now. Thank you. All right, all right, all right. It seems to be working now. So if I now spawn a golem and I try to kill it, it dropped the dirt block. And if I pick up that dirt block, it increased my amount of dirt blocks. So that's cool. So, and since the player doesn't have any items, when the player dies, it doesn't drop any items as well. So, okay, that actually solves like problems that we had before with the inventory system. We introduced like an actual inventory system to actually facilitate that. All right, that looks cool. Yeah, so now things are dropping items, and that's amazing in my opinion. So are we in the right branch? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Introduce inventory, like simple actually. It's just a simple inventory system for enemies to drop items. Okay. So I'm gonna push that right into the repo. So I also want to do a full build on my machine just to check that everything is okay. So I'm also going to try to build a release. Thank you, Etat. Thank you so much. Yeah. Cool. So we're just waiting for the release. We're just waiting for the release. I also ran out of tea. Okay, so everything seems to be building correctly. And I already pushed everything, and let's create a pull request. Let's create a pull request. Release waiting room. I guess, I don't know when it's gonna be a release. So I didn't have any particular deadline, which is probably bad. But it is what it is. 304. Okay, so let's create a pull request. Cool. I also want to check out notification just in case maybe somebody submitted something to me that I need to check out. God damn, GitHub is slow. Okay, so fix Windows CI error not failing the build. Oh, yeah, we had that problem before. By the way, I'm gonna address these notifications a little bit later. I might as well actually address something here like today because we're doing something. But Snitch, I wanna look into that a little bit deeper. So if whoever submitted that is watching right now, I'm gonna look into that a little bit later. My 30th birthday is in 45 days. Well, it's not painful, to be fair. So you just become 30 years old boomer, and that's it. It doesn't really change anything. At least it didn't change anything for me. Like, I got a yellow t-shirt though. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe on your like 30th birthday you're also gonna get a yellow t-shirt. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so fix Windows CI build not failing. Yeah, so it's kind of similar situation here as well. You suddenly grew a beard. Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of funny. Like, I'm still 30 years old and I still cannot like grow a proper beard. Something with my genes, probably. I don't know. Not like I want to. Like, I don't really care. What happened to the casual t-shirt? I didn't wear it for quite some time for some reason. I don't really like it. It's pretty old, to be fair. It's pretty old. Alright. Looks good to me. Shazawak! Oh my god. Hello, Shazawak. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Looks good to me. You shaved off your Unix beard today. God damn it. Rip. Rip. F in the chat for Hudson plus beard. You're fine. Nice. I'm really glad to hear that. Alright. Thank you for your contribution. There we go. And let's do a merge. Cool. Stream is okay. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you telling me that. Like, seriously and ironically. Because for a second, like, I already switched the context, right? And my brain started to panic, and then I saw your message, and then I restored the context, and yeah. Yes, it is my birthday today, Shazuvak, so I finally became a 30 years old boomer. Yes, today is my 30th. Panic! Appa, 420.
Panic.
Thank you so much for 3 months. Oh, actually 15 months. 3 is just a streak. It's 15 months of tier 1 subscription. Thank you so much, and welcome to our epic boomer clap. 30 years old boomer clap. Yep. Thank you, Shizawak. Thank you so much. Alright. So, yeah, looks good. We actually have a lot of contribution to Suwun today. So, Suwun becoming better and better. Feels birthday man indeed. I'm 9 plus 10 and a half. Yes. All right. It's fucking snowing right now. Nice. Which is 21. Okay. Just Roxy also. Thank you so much for tier 1 subscription. Thank you. And welcome to our epic 30 years old boomer clap. Jesus Christ. It sounds so dumb, but yeah. Thank you so much. It's a meme. You see, I turned 30 today and I suddenly stopped understanding memes. So I literally became boomer like in a single day. So I'm sorry. Like 10 years old one at this point. Okay. Yeah, I'm too boomer to understand your memes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so please don't meme in the chat because I won't be able to understand. Alright. So add dim color to entities rendering. Oh, I know what it is. Can you tell me how I can make a good looking snake game? Hire an artist or learn how to make good looking assets? Literally the answer. For a reinforcement learning project, I'm new to C++, happy birthday. I think good looking has nothing to do with C++. You just need actually artistic skills rather than programming skills. So I would recommend you to look into that. It's either improving your artistic skills or hiring an artist. Or asking, maybe you have an artist friend who can help you. And thank you for wishing me happy birthday. Thank you. A date that transformed people into boomers. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Png. Thank you so much for wishing me happy birthday in Russian. It's just some guy asking if a kid is smart and he asks what's 9 plus 10 and the kid answered 21. That's it. Okay. I see. Oh, by the way, that's a good suggestion. Appa suggested or steal art. Yeah. This is another option. You can also steal art. So hope that answers your question. Okay, so I think we already can merge, but I mean, I'm joking actually. But still. Not steal. So, but I think you can buy some assets. Like some of the websites provide free assets, like open open art game. Yeah, open game art. So we can find free assets on websites like that. Some other websites have like paid assets. I think Unity, Unity has like a built-in like a workshop or something. I never tried Unity. Like I tried it once, but I never went in like deep into it. So yeah. Thank you, Appam. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday. So GitHub provides good-looking snake games. Nice one. So basically, I just have like a placeholder assets from this website, but I do plan to make my own assets eventually. But yeah, it was a joke. Obviously, don't steal art. Like stealing art is not a good idea because people actually spend like so much time and effort creating it, unless they give you permission to do that. All right. So introduce a simple inventory system for enemies to drop items. Okay, so and let's just merge this pull request. Permission to steal. I have permission to steal my art. Yeah. It's a special pirate license. It's like a GPL, General Pirate License, right? So that grants you permission to steal the piece of work. All right. So let's actually fetch the latest stuff. Yeah. I knew that. Yes, that's what it is actually. Origin master, and let's remove this thing. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at the pull request that Kolumbetka suggested. Add dim color to entities rendering. So what's the problem here? I think after some refactoring, we did a oopsie doopsie and even a little bit of fucky wacky. So let me reveal everything. I'm gonna Jesus Christ. Crazy Wolf 770.
You wish you good health and happy birthday.
Thank you so much for $60. That's a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for warm wishes. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to like the. To be fair, the sum is suspiciously uneven. I'm hoping that you're not donating your lost money. So, oh, okay. So it's actually 50 euros. Okay, it's 50 euros, but in the notification it got converted to dollars, and that's why it was uneven. Okay. So, thank you so much. It just look a little bit suspicious. Okay, thank you, Crazy Wolf 770, and I really appreciate warm wishes and the support. Thank you so much. First donate this year, exactly. All right, so what I was talking about. Look, so when you are in the room, a room is actually lit up in the sense that the tiles are brighter, right? In a neighbor room, where you are not at, English is hard. It's actually, the tiles are actually dimmed, but if you enter that room, they become lit up. So essentially, if you enter rooms, they become lit up and stuff like that. And that should happen to pretty much everything, not only tiles, but also entities. And I think we have a bug that entities are not dimmed when they are in a different room. So, and this is exactly what Kolumbetka fixed, if I understand correctly. So let's take a look at his fix and verify that it works on our machine and merge it. All right. So let's fetch everything. Maybe I'm gonna only fetch from Kolumbetka's repo. Steal his code. I hope Kolumbetka gives me permission to actually use his code. Okay, here's the thing. How do I accept contributions? So all of my code is under MIT, right? All of my code is under MIT, and under MIT you have. If you have a copy of the code, you have permission to use, copy, modify, merge, publish, distribute, sublicense, so on and so forth. And basically, when people submit contributions to me, I assume, which is probably quite dangerous, but I assume that they also submit those contributions under this license, which gives me permission to, use, copy, modify, merge, publish their code as long as they're contributed, and they're usually contributed automatically by the GitHub in the contribution tab. So that's how I do that. Unless people tell me explicitly that it's not licensed like that, I usually assume it's MIT. So I hope that Kolumbetka is publishing his contributions under MIT. So yeah. MIT is quite good because if you contribute under MIT, it automatically grants the permission for me to use your code because it's in license. But I'm not a lawyer. Okay, this is not a legal advice. I know nothing about this kind of stuff. Just a disclaimer. All right. So I fetched the latest changes from the Kolumbetka repo. So, and it is 1.6. Okay, so let's create this thing here and see what it's all about. So again, I'm in a different room. I'm gonna create an entity. It's actually, you know, not dimmed. Now I'm gonna try to rebuild the Kolumbetka changes. And let's try to reproduce that problem yet again. Something debugs, and yep, the entity itself is dimmed. I don't think it works for items. Yeah, it doesn't work for items. But do we have an issue for items, by the way? Yeah, so the items should be a separate issue. So this is 1.6. Display health bar differently for enemies. Are you sure it's all... It's kind of suspicious. Are you sure that... So you actually fixed... Okay, so you fixed that problem in the scope of that issue as well. I see. Let me take a look. So it was about the bar, the health bar. But you also fixed the dimming of the... Yeah, it was 2 in 1. That's okay, actually. That's totally okay. Yeah, and they're not supposed to attack you if you're in a different room. So their AI only works within the same room as you are. So, and here you can have another entity and it will attack you. And if you're in a different room, it doesn't attack you. So only when you enter. Cool. That's cool. All right. Looks good to me. Thank you for your contribution. Yep. Thank you so much. And let's just merge that. 30 years old merger. Cool. I think we addressed everything. What are you guys doing? Good way to get on top of the commit less doing that. Oh, okay. Alright, so let's go to the master and fetch the latest stuff. And merge origin master. I'm gonna remove this thing. Alrighty. So, what else do we have? So, that's pretty cool. We already streamed for 3 hours, but since I was outside today in the cold, I don't really have that much energy to go for the 4th hour. So I guess it is time for me to go, boys and girls. Yeah. Thanks everyone who's watching me right now. Thank you for all of the happy birthday wishes and for all of the donations, subscriptions, bits, and for all of the support. I really, really fucking appreciate that, seriously. Thank you. And I see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow, according to the schedule, we're gonna continue doing this game development. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little bit more energy for at least 4 hours stream. Also check out our schedule page for more information on different projects we're working on. Thank you everyone. Also check out our VODs channel where we archive all of the streams. This stream is going to be on that channel as well, but tomorrow. We upload them tomorrow. And also check out our Discord for offline discussion with the community. And yeah, while you're waiting for continuation of an epic game development, let's maybe rate somebody. How about that? Do you guys have any suggestions on who to rate? Maybe. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you, and thank you for all the happy birthday wishes. I really appreciate it, seriously. Thank you so much. Bailada is streaming. Mine got. Is he streaming bog ramming? I hope he's streaming bog ramming. We're gonna rate Bailada. Oh, he's streaming games and shit. Alright, so who's that? Gothic 2. You know what? Since it's my birthday, I'm gonna raid a non-programming stream. I'm gonna just raid Bailada. Do you guys like Gothic? Because I'm 30 years old, I'm a boomer, and Gothic 2 is pretty much a boomer game. So let's call it a boomer raid. Yes, it's a boomer raid on a boomer birthday. So yeah, so let's raid Bailada. Alright, get ready for the raid, boys and girls. Get ready for the raid, and I see you all tomorrow. Love you all. Mwah.